speech. Mr. Scott Caldwell, our club president, is going to be giving his speech, level 2. Pathways, Path, Dynamic Leadership, Understanding Your Leadership Style. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech. And the title of his speech is A Leader Worth Following. Thank you. Mr. Scott Caldwell.
Good evening, Toastmasters. When we think of great leaders throughout history, and even now, a few come to mind. Teddy Roosevelt. At a time when the country was in a Great Depression, he created something called the New Deal, and he gave some hope. Gerald Ford, besides falling out of airplanes and making us laugh, Gerald Ford also had a very good campaign called WIN, Whip Inflation Now. I talked a second ago about introducing the elephant in the room, and that's what he did. He admitted the country was in trouble and used it as a slogan to implement change. Another great leader, in my mind undisputed, is Ronald Reagan. And I just remember the quote, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall." Exciting moments. We lived through those moments. But when I think of leaders and the kind of leader I want to be, I can break it all down to how I learned everything. Straight Arrows. Straight Arrows is a group of boys that I was in charge of from the ages of 4 to 6. And let me tell you how I learned about being a leader with guys this high. Now, Straight Arrows, I'll just tell you just real quick, is a part of the Assemblies of God, kind of like Cub Scouts would be. Imagine the smallest Cub Scout minus some. Those were my Straight Arrows, and that's how I chose to learn. Here's what I learned for sure, and I think these skills transfer to leadership. First of all, know the boy. Connect with that boy. Johnny, those are awesome shoes. You're going to be able to run really fast with those. Johnny, could you pick that up for me? Those things, they matter. Have a plan. Here was the obvious one. You've got a whole bunch of kids, right? They got all this energy. I don't think it's a good night to just wing it. So I would have a plan. I'd say, okay, boys, get ready. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to play Steal the Bacon. Steal the Bacon is a fun game with an eraser, running, and a lot of noise. And then after that, we're going to do a craft project, and we're going to have a snack. Okay, let's sit right over here. Plan executed. Very important. The other thing is to empower. Johnny, tonight, would you take care of the books after the meeting? And next week, Bill, you can take care of them if you're here. It created a degree of accountability. It's really simple. The other thing that I had to do that was a little out of the box, and I think it fits leadership styles as well, is be innovative. I removed all the chairs from the room. I removed all implements of destruction, including tables, ping pong balls, old chair left over, anything that was out of that room. But let me show you how I think these things all apply to leadership style. Number 1, care about the people we lead. 2, have a plan. 3, be innovative and encourage ideas. Number 4, empower, but hold accountable. Now, in this project that I did tonight, one of the things that you're asked to do, and Toastmasters Pathways, I can't say enough about it, as it walks you through this path, it asks you, what kind of leader are you? Time to get introspective, turn it around. What kind of leader am I? Well, I know what I strive to be. My role is to be an encourager. Recognize contribution and good result, and also good effort. Recognize those things. Empower people. There's a great example. At the company I work for, the president made a statement about a previous administration there, and I thought it was very relevant. It said, a company that functions with one person that has to make every important decision has to filter through them. It'll work, but it's not going to grow fast. It will grow. It's not going to grow fast. A company that empowers multiple leaders in their position to make a decision without fear, that company can become Amazon. Amazon, I think, is competing right now to be the first company to hit $1 trillion. Empowered. When people are empowered, great things happen. The other thing about management style that I would try to implement is I want to be 100-0. Let me explain what 100-0 means. I'm 100% accountable. I make 0 excuses. That's the way to approach it. So in leadership, as I lead, and I watch people how they lead, that accountability, that's the difference. In accomplishing and executing a task, or talking about a goal that one day we need to have a meeting about. So what about you? What's your leadership style? What kind of leader do you want to be? How do you want to be seen? The dictator leadership style of saying, we're going to do it my way because I told you, it just doesn't work anymore. We're in a new age where the millennial wants to understand not the mission. They want to understand the motive. Why am I doing this to get to here? Once you explain to me why I'm doing this, I'm all in. But until we get those factors all clear, they're just not. That's a chart of change, and that's embracing culture where we're at. But again, breaking it down, leadership style, what kind of leader do you want to be? So the reason that I want to apply to the millennial, that I want to be able to appease them, is I want to be pliable. Because I want to be a great leader, not now, but I want to be a great leader 5 years from now, 10 years from now. And we are all leaders. The thing is, you lead whether you choose to or not, in every role you have. When you walk around, when you make a decision, when you smile, when you greet someone, when you're the one at the office who volunteers for something, you're a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader worth following. Thank you.
That was so great. Thank you, Scott. Now, if you would all take a